Another thing, I mean, bringing you here to Norway, and also we are now starting the Norwegian Tree Principal School in this area of southern Norway, away from Oslo and the established environment there. So it's kind of opening new territory. And I see that the principles are continuously moving and spreading and into new areas, geographical areas, and to areas of business and personal life and health. So it seems like it's expanding and moving. But could you say something about how do you see, I mean, the principles? It's like a organic movement with such a relevance for every aspects of life and work and whatnot. So what are
Yes.
your thoughts on this? I don't even know what to call it. Phenomena that is happening around us.
That's a really good word. I think that word fits very well. The extraordinary event that took place 44, almost 45 years ago now on this
Yes.
little island of Salt Spring. And I love that you and Carrie and your colleague are starting the Three Principles School. And I did look at it very briefly this morning, and although I don't understand Norwegian, what I did see was Sydney Banks' name
Oh
included
yes.
in your write-up. And that immediately touched me and told me that the Three Principles School you are starting in your region will do well, because you are honoring the source of how this whole phenomenon occurred. And what I also appreciate about what you and Carrie, and what's your partner's name?
Her name is Kirsti.
Christy?
Kirsti.
Okay.
Kirsti.
I may not say it as well as you do. Kirsty.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
That's fair. Kirsty.
Yeah, that's fair.
Three of you that are starting this, is that it seems you're not really out to change the world per se. And yet in doing that, in your way, you will be changing the world. You'll be changing your own world and those that you come into contact with. And sometimes it's kind of under the radar learning that goes the furthest. For example, Sid, like when he had this profound insight of these three principles that he didn't even realize were principles, even though he talked about mind, consciousness, and thought from the very beginning, he didn't realize they were principles. What he did realize is that these principles, as we're calling them now, have the power to change the fields of psychology and psychiatry and alleviate the suffering of humanity.
Right.
Sid stated that unequivocally 44 years ago. He knew that. And there's something about that because, again, he was very unassuming. He was under the radar. And yet, when you talked for yourself, when you realized there was something deeper in yourself and you found comfort and reassurance, and it was very moving to you, imagine how that was for Sid.
Yeah.
Because the other thing he said to Ken and myself, maybe 3 days after this profound experience, was, I found the secret to life.
Yeah.
And he knew it would travel throughout the world. He didn't know how, but he knew it would travel throughout the world. And so now I see schools popping up all over the world.
Yeah.
Like your school, there's other organizations in Norway and Sweden and the Scandinavian countries seem to really have taken this understanding to heart.
Yeah, that's true.
And,
yes.
And it's really amazing to me. The Hispanic community has really taken this to heart and is spreading in all these countries around the world, like Brazil, Colombia, Peru, Mexico, on and on and on.
Wow.
China, you know, we have people come from Taiwan here to the island. So many countries are being touched. I don't even know how. It's just, you said, you used a word, organic.
Mm.
It's just organic, as you say, Tara, the way this is spreading. And what I love about that is that there's no real doing. There's more like an unfolding.
Yes.
How your school is unfolding for you. You and Carrie said to me that you heard Sydney Banks on The Ultimate Answer when he was first talking at the school that he started and asked Chip Chipman and myself to carry on with, where he said there will be schools on the three principles all over the world.
Yeah. It hit me like a bolt of lightning. It really is like, wow, one day we're going to do that. And that was several years ago that now we're here. Huh?
And here we are.
Yeah.
Here we are. And all the time, I mean, I've known you now a little over a year, and yet it feels a lifetime.
Yes.
And yet I don't ever have felt you or Carrie really pushing this.
Mm.
I've really seen you be open to being in the unknown and letting things unfold. And I really respect that in you. And I know because of that, and because you honor Sid as the one that started this whole thing.
Yes, definitely.
You will do very, very well with your three principal school in Norway.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. So I invite people that get a chance to listen to you and I, and for them to come to this retreat, because they'll get a chance to meet you and Carrie and
you
Kirsty
and you
in person, and we'll learn and grow together.
Yes, I'm very sure it's going to be an unforgettable event, life-changing, definitely.
Yes.
So welcome to everyone. Thank you. Wow. Thank you. That was beautiful.